Desire 820 has a rear 13 megapixel camera with small LED flash, and it has a front camera with 8 megapixel, which is sounds pretty good. Of course, it doesn't feature a direct physical shutter, physical button for the camera on the side. But okay, it takes like a second to turn on the camera application, and the first snapping is instantaneous. You just click and the image is taken. Sometimes if you're in low light conditions, okay, it needs to autofocus and to turn on the flash, but that's pretty normal. What I don't like is the camera interface. You know, these icons switching from the front to back camera. It's pretty complicated. It's not really easy to use. There is no direct key to switch from front to back camera. There are a lot of advanced options. You can have dual shot, record simultaneously with front and back camera, or snap images with front and back camera, but you know, the interface is not intuitive and I don't like it. Photo quality from the rear 13 megapixel camera is solid, it's good, it's usable, but when you look at the details on the photos, you'll see a bunch of noise. Colors are not saturated enough, so you know, it's good for family usage. But I think that 13 megapixel is too much for this camera, for this sensor. So the faces of the children or your family members or your friends could be a little bit blurred, or you know, have too much noise to be recognizable. And when it gets darker or cloudier, or you go into some indoor space, photos become too dark. You can manually adjust the exposition, but then you get really a bunch of noise. So Galaxy A7 gives better photos from the rear camera than this. In total dark, where there is just a little light, photos are usable for some basic usage, because you know, you get blurry details and a bunch of noise. Desire 820 can record 1080p Full HD video with the rear camera, but it's blurry, it doesn't have sharpness. So video is even worse than photos, and in low light conditions it's again blurry. So you know, you can shoot some landscape, but the quality is really not good. Front camera has 8 megapixels, as I said before. In the interface, it's really hard to switch from the front to back camera. For selfies, photos are surprisingly good. Front camera seems to be better than the rear camera. You can see my face is sharp enough. You get noise on details, but it's not so much noise like on the rear camera. So this is good for traveling, for selfies, for social networks. And if you go indoors or in a place where you have lower light conditions, you'll see some more noise, but still this is good enough. And in total dark, there is a lot of noise. My face is pixelized, but still photos are usable. This is just not bad for front camera. Okay, maybe there are better front cameras than this in low light conditions, like on iPhone 6, Galaxy S6, Galaxy Note Edge, but it's better than the rear camera. Video from the front camera is sharp. It's shaky. If you move the camera, it shakes a lot, but it's sharp, and the video is actually better than from the rear camera. And in low light conditions, video is again with a bunch of noise, but it's usable. So in the end, I can tell you guys that Desire 820 actually has a better front than rear camera, if you ask me. Photos are, you know, they're good. They're usable, but there are better cameras on the smartphones of this price range, like for instance on Galaxy A7. Thank you guys for watching.